Now, getting back to your points around the peaks and valleys and so forth, that's partly what Crystal Ball helps to identify as well. We're identifying at the different parts of the buyer's journey. So is it more top of funnel awareness and what's of interest there? But then we're also looking at mid funnel and bottom funnel through to sale and closure, and we're monitoring what customers are interested in and what they're really showing potential purchase insights too. So there's that angle that certainly it leads to a better experience if our teams know that a company has been really interested in, let's say, an HR solution. If you're going to talk to them about a customer experience solution, but they've really been telling the market they're interested in HR, it probably makes sense to go and talk to them about HR, to start. Yeah. And that's where it meshes back with the customer journey mapping and experiences. We can really tell like where our insights, where they might fall in there, and it would help to better both predict the peaks and the valleys that you're talking about, and then also show what's happening real time at these companies. So that's where I think the power is between the customer journey mapping that you talked about and our platform, Crystal Ball.
That's fantastic. And I'm really glad that you're sort of helping your internal teams really get those insights. It's almost like an insights activation platform, in a way. Something that we recommend to a lot of our clients also when they are really focused on better understanding their customers, and when they're leveraging initiatives like the Crystal Ball or like the journey work also is also to design and focus on improvements and initiatives like journey work from a certain financial or a business impact standpoint. Now, this is something I talk about a lot as well as, you may have encountered this or you may not have, Bill, but a lot of guests that come on the show sometimes talk about how they have to justify the spend or justify ROI on a certain research initiative.
Right.
And so our guidance to our clients is, look, if you're embarking on anything, any kind of project like this, right, then focus on the financial or the business impact that you're deciding. In fact, think of it almost like a tiered approach. You start with a business impact. So, okay, with an initiative like Crystal Ball, for example, we want to empower our teams get the right insight that they need at that particular stage, when they're engaging with a customer, right? Well, then what's the advantage of that to them? Well, if they get it at this stage, it helps improve the customer's experience. Or if a sales team is closing in on an account or they're in the prospecting stages, it helps them narrow down on the key messaging or the level of engagement they need to provide to that particular prospect, right? Okay, great. Well, what is the advantage of that business impact? And convert that advantage into a financial impact number, right? So if we do this, well, we bring in a new account, well, that's X amount of dollars. If we make an improvement in the customer's experience, it impacts the churn rate, and we're able to reduce the churn rate by a 0.25 percentage point, or 1 point or 2 points, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you do that, what does that mean? If you're able to get 0.25 point improvements across the board, and your end sum overall in your NPS is a 2% or a 5 point or a 10 point increase, well, what does that mean? Now the customer is spending more with you, they're loyal, they're staying more with you. And so what does that mean in revenue dollars, right? And so what I'm talking about is designing initiatives like this for that certain impact, because what that does is, if you're doing it for a certain financial impact, then no longer do you have to justify spending on initiatives like this.
Right.
But at the same time, it also helps internal teams focus on, okay, this is why I'm getting this insight, or
Yeah.
this is the purpose of this. Because if it's not helping the sales team close more or prospect better or
Right.
improve the experience, then some tinkering needs to be done. But anyways, that's sort of the spearhead or the lens we advise clients on.